90-Day Fiancé star Natalie Mordatseva has been causing drama for seasons, most recently with her on-again, off-again boyfriend Josh Weinstein on 90 Day: The Single Life. Natalie first debuted on 90 Day Fiancé Season 7, when she moved from Ukraine to be with her then fiancé Mike Youngquist. Natalie and Mike met through mutual friends who had named the pair as godparents, and continued talking online until Mike finally traveled to Europe to meet in person. After some difficulties with her visa, 90 Day Fiancé's Natalie Mordatseva and Mike were able to settle in Mike's home state of Washington, but their problems weren't far behind them. The pair wound up getting married amid a flurry of drama, but ultimately parted ways and Natalie moved to Florida. Natalie then met Josh through an ex-boyfriend, and though she wasn't sure if she was interested, he invited her out to Los Angeles to see him. Things heated up for the pair and got dramatic quickly on The Single Life Season 3. Here are some of Natalie and Josh's most dramatic moments. 90 Day Fiancé's Natalie meets Josh's ex-wife Candace. Though not traditionally dramatic, Natalie met Josh's ex-wife Candace Mishler fairly early on in their relationship. Natalie mentioned that she's only been on a few dates to Josh's ex, who he remains incredibly close to. Candace explained to Natalie that she and Josh were still very close, speaking every day and saying "I love you" to one another. She said that Josh would never date someone she didn't approve of, and Natalie was unlike a lot of the other women that she'd met before. Natalie was kind to Candace, but seemed put off by the entire situation. The drama of the interaction was less in the interaction itself, and more in the build-up and behind-the-scenes mindset of the two women, who were clearly both uninterested in getting along. Natalie seemed to tone down her personality, and Candace seemed on the defensive. Both had valid reactions, and the cringe and drama of the moment was palpable. Natalie is confused about Josh after sleeping with him. Natalie traveled to LA to meet up with Josh after the two hit it off in Florida, and though they seemed to enjoy themselves, the pair did have a few dramatic moments during her trip. One of the couple's most dramatic moments was after the pair spent the night together. Despite them both being tied to other people, Natalie decided she was going to sleep with Josh, which was a very serious step for the Ukrainian native. Natalie explained to a producer that when she sleeps with someone, she considers them to be the father of her future children, and though she wasn't sure about Josh initially, she decided to take the plunge. After the two slept together, Josh left Natalie feeling off. She told the producer that he left pretty quickly after they slept together and that it left her uneasy, as she was unsure where they stood or if he took their relationship as seriously as she did. Though Josh had invited her to meet his friends the following day, the fact that he didn't stick around left a bad taste in 90 Day Fiancé star Natalie's mouth. She spent the next night and the following day letting her mind wander about the most negative of possibilities. Josh explains the state of his relationship with Natalie during the Single Life Season 3 Tell-All special. Natalie and Josh were grilled about their relationship by the host Sean Robinson and their fellow 90 Day Fiancé cast members. Josh, who claimed to really care for Natalie, was asked if she was his girlfriend. He had a long-winded, rambling answer that left everyone more confused than before. When the cast chimed in to question Josh, things only got more dramatic. Natalie, who was seated far away from her possible boyfriend at the time, couldn't help but laugh. With Josh explaining that the pair were talking more, but had not defined their relationship yet, Natalie interjected that she was not Josh's girlfriend because he doesn't want to have one. Josh, who seemed uncomfortable and was smiling and laughing nervously throughout the tell-all, didn't refute her points. Instead, the pair left things in an uncomfortable state, and Sean moved on to another topic. 90-Day Fiancé's Natalie jumps into her ex Mike's arms as Josh watches. Another moment during the Single Life Tell-All special was deeply uncomfortable and dramatic was when Natalie jumped into her ex Mike's arms. After talking about Natalie and Josh's relationship, Mike was invited to speak on the state of their own relationship, and things got difficult. Natalie, who was seated across the stage from both Josh and Mike, heard Mike speaking about how she operates and immediately got teary-eyed. Natalie got up and made her way over to Mike, crawling into his lap to cry, all in front of Josh. Though the interaction seemed deeply uncomfortable to the others on the stage, the real interest was in Josh's reaction to Natalie crawling into her ex's lap. Mike, though still legally married to Natalie, didn't seem put off by her crawling into his lap, and neither did Josh, who took it all in stride. Sean asked Natalie if she had chosen between Mike and Josh, and though the blonde didn't answer the question, it was clear that the situation is deeply complicated for all three parties. 90-Day Fiancé's Natalie goes off on Josh for using her. The most dramatic moment of Natalie and Josh's journey on the single life happened during Natalie's last day in LA with Josh. Though the pair had discussed Josh needing to go to work at a certain time, Natalie was feeling upset about the lack of communication between herself and Josh after they slept together. She wanted to understand where they stood in their relationship and overall, what was happening between the two before she headed back home to Florida. Though Natalie asked Josh where they stood, it was clear he did not want to have a larger conversation about their relationship at the moment, and so he did his best to answer her questions without much specificity. This led Natalie to blow up on Josh, accusing him of using her and saying he just wanted a sexual relationship, when she was looking for an emotional connection. The pair left things awkwardly, with Josh trying to get through to Natalie before leaving and explaining to a producer that the 90-Day Fiancé star had less emotional capacity than his 5-year-old child.